Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. This is a bit of a break from what I would normally record and upload, and the reason for that, obviously, as you've seen in the title, our bank accounts have been hacked. When I say bank accounts, it's the credit card, but what they've basically done, and I'll go into a bit more detail to explain exactly what's happened. So this morning I woke up and just randomly thought I'll check my bank. It's not something I usually do before going to work, but I just did this morning. And there was a debit from our current account of £4,000. So obviously immediately I panicked. Jeff was in work and I obviously rang him straight away and said, Halifax have taken £4,000 out of the account. Can you ring them and find out what's going on? Obviously I was a little bit more upset than that, as you can imagine. So he was on the phone to them. I, in the meantime, rang the bank, and the bank just told me that it was a direct debit, and obviously I explained to them that the direct debit we've got set up is for the credit card. We pay a minimum payment of £55 because it's like a balance transfer, so there's zero interest on it, and it's just been like that since we've taken out the credit card, which is probably about, I'd say, 18 months ago. So he explained that that's what that was. It was the direct debit. Sorry, I'm falling over my words here. The direct debit, and obviously then I just thought that it was a mistake on their part, that they'd increased the amount accidentally. I don't know how that would happen, obviously, but in my head that's what I was thinking. So in the meantime, Jeff is on the phone to Halifax and then I put the phone down to ring him and tell him this. Sorry, that's one of the children. I ring him to tell him this, and then he breaks the news to me that the credit card has been fraudulently used. It does come as a shock because obviously it's a balance transfer, so we never ever use the card for anything at all. It is only there for the balance transfer, so we pay it off monthly, and then when it comes to the end of the term where your 0% ends, we just switch it to another one. I didn't think we'd use it for anything, so they wouldn't be able to get the details, and just thought perhaps it was Halifax that had been hacked. We still don't know what happened. When we've thought about things, we have actually used the card as guarantees when we've hired a car, and also when we have been on the ship. So both times we've given the card details, but then not used it to pay, but used our debit cards to pay. So the details then have been entered. Maybe that's how they've got it. We genuinely don't know how this has happened. There may be an internal investigation from Halifax, but when we went into the branch to see them this morning, because obviously we needed to clear it up, they've said that it obviously takes a lot of manpower, a lot of time, and I don't generally believe that they will investigate it. We managed to get it sorted there and then, which is brilliant, obviously, but these people have been spending money in Zara online, they've spent money in Hermes, they've bought things in Christian Dior, and the Christian Dior things totaled £5,000. In fact, it was more than that. So there's obviously going to be ways. The thing that freaks me out a bit is that they managed to get in touch with the bank and somehow get through to a department where they managed to change the phone number of ours that was held on record to their own. They then increased the credit card limit. But what they also did, which really grates on me, and I don't understand why they would do it, they amended the direct debit amount from being the minimum payment monthly to a fixed amount of £4,000, which is what actually came out of my bank account. So I've got to be fair. I first spoke to HSBC and they thought it was an error, so they were going to amend it. Well, no, they weren't going to amend it. They thought it was an error and they told me to get in touch with Halifax, who would amend it. And then the second time I rang them to say that obviously it was fraud, they then said, don't worry, we will reverse it with immediate effect, and they did. I just don't understand in this day and age how, with all these security, and how somebody is able to hack. I know obviously there's hackers out there, but it must cost banks thousands of pounds, because from what I could gather, what the lady said to us today was about the time and the manpower, but if we would like to go to the police and file a report, they would then liaise with Halifax and obviously look into it that way. But does that mean if we don't file a report with the police that nothing's going to get done? Because that's the way that it sounded to me. I don't know. I'm just happy that we managed to sort it, and that all these charges are now going to be credited back within the next 2 to 3 days. But it makes, I felt, and obviously the credit card is not even in my name, it's in Jeff's name, but because it came out of our bank account, it was a joint bank account, the £4,000. Did they do that and increase that direct debit to a fixed amount because they wanted to spend more money? Or did they do it because they wanted to let us know? And I think that's the thing that I'm having sort of trouble dealing with, because I thought, well, is it to send us a message? Because we would have found out. I came home from work today then, and there was a letter from Halifax saying that obviously this fixed amount has been put on the account. But if I hadn't have checked that bank as early as I did this morning, and I've come home from work to this letter, we'd never been able to sort that out today. It's Friday, we would have had the whole weekend with this looming over us, and I mean, it's really taken it out of us today, it really has. I had to take time off work, Jeff had to take time off work, obviously to sort this out. We now need to go to the police station and file the report. So it's just the knock-on effect that something like this has, that these people just don't give two hoots about. And I think, what sort of person is it? Is it a big group that's doing it, a gang? I don't know. Is it an individual? Because all these purchases seem to be tailored to women, i.e. obviously Zara, Hermes, Christian Dior. I suppose Christian Dior doesn't have to be women's things, does it? Because they're just a designer. I don't know. But just be vigilant. I mean, there's nothing more we could have done. We were so lucky that we were able to sort it as quickly as we did. Obviously grateful to the banks for the help that they gave us in sorting it out as quickly as we did. But that security for the credit card needs obviously to be improved, because if somebody's able to change your mobile number so you're not getting any notifications of anything, then there's something wrong. If this is something that's ever happened to you, drop a comment, let me know how obviously things went for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you, bye bye.